Hi there. So let's talk about manifestation. One of your first and most important steps is having a really clear, well-defined goal. Just wanting abundance is really too vague. Your brain does not know how to focus on that. It doesn't know truly what that intention is. So just like Jim Carrey, when he was a struggling actor, in 1990, he wrote himself a check for $10 million dollars and dated it for Thanksgiving 5 years down the road. He put it in his wallet. He carried it everywhere he went. And for, I think it was 6 months before that due date came up, he got signed on for Dumb and Dumber for his $10 million dollars. So that was a very clear and very defined focus. But for some people, that's a really big step to take. I know myself, I have a really hard time visualizing what $10 million dollars in my bank account feels like. I've not had that kind of abundance in my life. So for me, it's good to have a long-term goal, but then I needed to break it down into smaller sections. So first off, a clear focus. What is it that you truly want? Do you want health? Do you want relationships? Do you want a better job? Or do you want just your abundance? So let's just focus on abundance today because that's one of the biggest things that people want to manifest in their life. So let's say you're going to follow in Jim Carrey's footsteps. Write yourself that check for $10 million. Dollars. Date it 5 years down the road. But now what you need to do is to break down some small actionable steps. So have that check there, look at it every day, know that that is your final outcome. But in the meantime, let's think about the steps that you can take to make that happen. So let's just say that we're going to break it down, and in 2 months, I want $20,000 in my account. In 2 years, I want $200,000. And in 5 years, I want $2 million. dollars. So the first thing you have to recognize is by saying I want, you're already starting from a place of lack, of not having it. So in your mind, when you are manifesting and creating this intention, you need to put it in a frame that says you already have it. So I will have $20,000 on February the 28th. And this is something that is clear, your brain can focus on it, and you can actually start to create future memories based on that statement. Now, I know most people think that memories are something that comes from our past, that we remember a time and a place, and that forms that memory. But if you can think about having $20,000 in 2 months in your bank account, and you know what that's going to feel like. You know the euphoria that you're going to feel that you have succeeded and that this has happened for you. You can be making plans for how you're going to live your life when it's like that. Well, these all start to build new neural pathways in your brain, and those will become future memories. So, okay, we've got your intention, focus down. We know your long-term goal. This is what you want in 5 years from now. Now we've got it broken down into some shorter segments. And now you know that you have got 2 months to make that $20,000 come true. So keep that vision in your head, make it attainable like it is already happened. And now here's the next really important step. You have to start taking actions every single day, depending on whatever your desire is. In the morning, when you sit down and set your intentions for the day or you meditate, you have to make sure that you know exactly what you're going to do that particular day in order to get one step closer to your goal. So these actions can be anything from joining the gym, they can be uh, filling out the application for that dream job, they can be writing that book that you've always wanted to put down on paper. Whatever it is, it has to be a step that is going to lead you closer to your goal. So it's also important at this point to start recognizing synchronicities that show up in your life. Your brain will be responding to that future memory. You have raised your resonance to a level that you will start to attract what you want, even though it may not seem obvious at the time. So synchronicities will show up. You'll run into somebody that you have a chance conversation with that sparks something inside of you, and it leads you down a path that eventually will take you to your goal. Or you come across a ad on Facebook that strikes something deep inside of you, or you listen to a YouTube video and it connects and it makes sense to what you are thinking inside your head. Well, these are synchronicities that are stepping stones that are going to take you to your end goal. Now, make sure that every single day you create and complete one clear action step. And at the end of the day, you can celebrate. Yay, I've done it. I've actually completed an action step. And that celebration, that success is going to release that dopamine rush that's going to make you feel good about yourself. It's going to make you feel positive. It's going to make you feel like things are starting to actually happen the way you want them to. That's why focusing on that outcome can lead to failure, because that outcome, unless you're a lucky person that wins the lottery, very rarely is it going to happen overnight. So by focusing on what you can do every single day that leads up to that outcome, then you will be facing a disastrous result, because every day you're going to feel like you failed, like it's not working, like it's not coming together for you. So remember, single action every single day. Make sure that it's accomplished. Make sure that it's a step leading to your new goal. Recognize those synchronicities, act on them, and feel accomplished at the end of the day. You have done something, you've taken that first step that's going to lead you to the life that you desire. So, this is just a very basic rundown of some of the steps that I have successfully used myself in order to manifest the life that I want. I know that I can't focus on the big outcome and ignore all the little steps that I need to take to get me there. Manifestation works. You don't chase your goal, you let your goal come to you. But along that way, there are steps that you need to take and actions that you need to take that are going to help you fulfill this wish. So that's it for today. Just a quick little blurb. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the connection between your brain and your heart. We're going to talk about the pineal gland, which is one of the major centers for allowing manifestation to blossom in your life. So that will be on tomorrow's video. So we'll check in with you then, and that's it. Goodbye for now.